3.5 minutes past 10. Beswick with you, of course, till 2. And if you think 2 o'clock is a long way off, then by God it'll be longer than you think listening to this garbage. However, we've got the monkeys to endear themselves to just about nobody. Allan came on and asked me what was the shortest sentence in the Bible. He said if I got it correct he'd give £5 to any charity nominated by me. And when people say that, I very rarely believe them, because it's said many times on the programme. And I must admit, on this occasion, well, I sort of, let's wait and see. Well, today, a cheque arrived from Stratford Avenue, West Didsbury in Manchester. And the cheque was crossed, made payable to Allan Beswick, Red Rose Radio, £5. Allow me to tell you that that £5 will go to a charity. I'm not sure which one yet, my apologies for that. It won't go to CND, because that's not a charity, and normally when I do anything for free, it usually ends up in the coffers of CND. This will probably go to the Citizens Advice Bureau, a charity very dear to my heart for fairly obvious reasons. So, Mr Volk, thank you very much indeed, and it's nice to meet, or at least talk to someone who keeps their word. We'll put the cheque in somebody's bank tomorrow. The beautiful Vanessa, no doubt, of Fortin Avenue, Brightmed. She may not hear this, so if you're a friend of Vanessa's, perhaps you'd better notify her. If she does hear it, then whatever you do, don't tell her mum and dad. You'll understand why in a moment. On Thursday night, I phoned you on your phone in and made a remark about gays. I'm 14 years of age, and I meant it as a joke. I told my parents, and my mum said if I can't say anything nice, I should learn to keep my mouth shut. I didn't understand the implications of what I was actually saying until it was fully explained to me. My parents were rather upset that you call me a foul-mouthed cow. As my mother said, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I really enjoyed your programme, but now I've been banned for a month. Oh dear. Poor Vanessa. 3 kisses as well. Apparently you're dancing in a show at Bolton's Albert Hall on May the 10th. Well, I hope you have a great time. Thank you for your invitation. I will do my best, but obviously cannot make any promises. Vanessa, we wish you luck in Bolton at the Albert Hall on May the 10th. More important than that, we hope your month's ban soon expires, but, well, you've got to learn the hard way if the easy way isn't available to you. Well done, her mum and dad. Tobruk. What does he mean, I hear you ask? Tobruk, or Tobruk as they prefer it, is in Little Depot. It's actually Liverpool 13, which is unlucky for some. It's certainly unlucky for Paul Buzo of Albert Road, not Albert Square. Could you please give a mention to me mum and dad and all at Bankfield West Derby School, especially 1E. I'm looking forward to meeting you in the near future. Oh, are you? Oh, God. Also, will you say a big hello to Mr Bennett, me Uncle Mark, my sister Jane, and me, Paul Buzo? I will not go on and bore you like some letters, but can you send 2 photographs? There's a thingy in the whatsits. P.S. What do you get if you drop a piano down a coal shaft? An A-flat minor. I wish I was dead. Reddish in Stockport, Val Duke. Hey, Valerie. Dear Mr Beswick, I felt quite saddened and hurt today when you asked one of your phone-in contestants on It's Your Turn, was she a proper nurse and one of those psychiatric ones? As a psychiatric nurse myself, for which I trained 3 years, I work on 12-hour night shift, often understaffed and overworked. This is the only occasion in my 16 years that I've been referred to as not a proper nurse. I feel the remark was quite unwarranted, and often wish people were allowed to say on air exactly what they think of you. I feel once more British Telecom would have cause to complain, with 5,000 callers trying to get a word in. I feel you owe me and many other psychiatric nurses an apology. Yours sincerely, Val Duke, Lingard Street, Reddish, Stockport. Valerie. As I've already explained on the phone earlier, I too am a psychiatric nurse, and if I cannot mock me, then I cannot mock anybody. And anyway, people do get the opportunity to say exactly what they think about me. We have a phone-in 4 hours every night, 10 till 2. we'll tell you the phone number if you really want to. Well, thanks for your letter anyway, Val. Glad to hear somebody's sticking up for the psyche nurses. It's a hard job. That's why I'm now doing this one. Mind you, I deal with as many nutters now. I suppose you're offended by nutters, aren't you, really? Such is life. If only because she sent me 10 kisses. Ooh. Thank you very much for that, Kath. But she also says, Dear Alan, I've enclosed the Reader's Beat charts, and I thought you'd like to know that you've been voted number 4 in the top 10 radio show. Preceded only by the network chart, inevitably at the top. Radio 1's top 40, coming second, and then some guy called Steve Wright, who, to be perfectly honest, I've never heard of. And if you believe that, you believe anything. However, I'm 4th, which I suppose is not quite as good as it could be, but thank you to all those people that voted for such a thing. There's also the disc jockey charts. Well, I came 10th in that, but I was up against all the nationals. But I suppose 10th isn't bad. If I came 10th in a marathon, I'd feel pretty chuffed with myself. I was talking to Kate Potter, who does our running thing, the other day, and she came about 392th. And she was dead chuffed. Mind you, she was the 3rd woman, but she was still 392th in the LEP run on Sunday. And she was chuffed, so I suppose I should be pleased with 10th. So thank you very much, Kath, and all the other people that voted. Please could you say hello to Christina, Jerry, Tracy, and anyone else who knows me? And could you send me 2 signed mugshots? Of course I can. Indeed, I have done. Like the cup, good. I'd write a letter, but I couldn't be bummed, for want of a better term. Love the different accents. Ray, Liverpool. You may wonder about all this, but somebody today, somebody who presumably called Ray, sent me a mug, and it was the ugliest person, the ugliest face I have ever seen on the... Well, no, the second ugliest. There's only one person in the world got a face more ugly than this mug that was sent to me. And that's Derek Webster. The first Clifton Scout troop, who today, this evening in fact, bimbled round yon. In other words, they were shown round Red Rose Radio. And Jenny Latham of Seen Close in Ribbleton, I went by there today. What's with the how-do to Kate Ailey and Elaine and Tina, all of which go to Longridge High School, 3R. I went to look at a house in Longridge today. I'm not moving there, but I found a house today. I found somewhere to live. All I've got to do now is find the piggy money, and I suppose that's the hardest part, but maybe we'll get round to it. Something else that happened today was at 2 o'clock I came into Red Rose Radio to be interviewed by 2 young people. And I'm frequently interviewed by school magazines and newspapers and the like, and I've noticed that the girls are considerably better at it than the boys. The boys come in and they want to start a fight for some reason. The girls come in and they just want to know, and they ask you really interesting questions. So congratulations, and indeed thank you, to Jackie and Helen, who came in today from that den of iniquity in... I'll be in trouble for that. Merchant Taylor's Girls' School in Southport. They did a superb interview. If it comes out half as good as their questions did, then I'll look forward to receiving a copy. But thank you very much to Jackie and Helen. And whilst we're on the subject of interviews, if your school magazine, or indeed any publication you're involved with, would like to do an interview with yours truly, then I'm more than happy, providing you write to me and arrange it. All right, don't just arrive and expect to do an interview, but if you drop me a line, don't send me a questionnaire, don't fill the damn things in, but do, if you want to do an interview for your school magazine, drop me a line and get your teacher to write to me, and we can sort it out. How's that? Yeah. Anyway, it was a belter, Jackie and Helen. I reckon one of the best so far, so well done. Remember that being done by the Ronettes. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. In the Northwest, you know what's best. Red Rose Radio. Ring him if you dare. Allan Beswick, the late night show. And the lines are open now on Preston 561,000. Now Alice is taking your calls. Preston 561,000. If you want the exchange, it's 0772, and we'll be talking to Jared after this. Well, That's it. We're all set for programme. If you want to join us, as I said a little earlier, the lines are currently engaged. The number is Preston 561,000, and the person engaging it, or at least one of the people engaging them, is Gerard. How do?
Hello, Alan. I'd like to talk about CND, please. Well, I think CND is a complete waste of time. It was all the women at Green and Common. The government's never going to listen to them.
Well, first of all, the CND isn't only the girls and women at Greenham Common.
Yeah, I know that, but they're the main people in this country, aren't they?
No.
Yeah?
Well, you may think so, but they're not. Some of them are not even members of CND.
Yeah, but, well,
Yeah, but what? If you want to have a go at the women at Greenham Common, go ahead. If you want to have a go at CND, go ahead.
Right, the Greenham Common women then.
Oh, I see. Why are you having a go at them?
Because they're just there and they're pulling the fences down and just causing loads of hassle, and no one is ever going to listen to them, especially not the government. There's no time for people like that.
Well, the government certainly doesn't have any time for people like that. But in order for those women to be successful, and I, like you, wonder whether they would ever be, but in order for them to be successful, they have to draw attention to the fact that there are nuclear weapons controlled by America on the soil of Britain. And they managed to do that very successfully, indeed to such an extent that you've been moved to ring in. In other words, they are achieving one of their objectives, and that is maximum publicity.
Yes, I know, but they're just ruining their own lives for the sake of it.
Well, that is something to do with heroism, isn't it?
Don't know. Yeah.
That is what heroes do. They give up their lives or their comforts for a cause in which they believe. That's not something to be sneered at, surely. It's something to respect, whether you like their views or not.
Yeah, right.
Glad you agree. How do, Wendy?
Hello. On Monday there was a man talking about the Grand National. Well, you were saying that the horse would pull out when it wanted to, but the horse is not aware of the dangers, is it not?
I'm sure it isn't on the first time round, but are you telling me horses are so stupid that they can't remember on the second time round?
No, but they carry on, don't they?
Of course they carry on. They carry on because they like it.
Happens. And then they don't know, do they?
Well, first of all, Wendy, not all horses carry on. Some of them refuse. In fact, the majority of horses that don't get round are because they've refused.
Yes, but a lot of the time it's too
So
late,
your statement,
and then they're hurt and they have to be
so your
saved.
statement that they don't know seems to be a little indefensible, given that some of them appear to know and choose not to do it.
Yes, you're saying that they could pull out when they wanted to.
And
yes,
so they can.
If they wanted to.
And so they do. They do pull out, Wendy. If your theory was correct, they wouldn't pull out. But your theory isn't correct. They do pull out. Horses say, I'm not pigging jumping that, pal. Shove off.
Yes, I admit that they do pull out.
Well, I'm glad you agree then.
But a lot of the time it's too late, isn't it? When they've
Well,
gone
what do you
into the
suggest then? That we only ever lead horses by the rein? We never allow them to jump a fence that they can't see the other side of? Is that what you're saying?
A lot of the time they don't know that it's dangerous.
You didn't answer the question, Wendy. I'd like you to address yourself to the question rather than what you've already said, which we're aware of. Are you suggesting that we should never let a horse jump, say, a stone wall?
I don't think we should at all.
We shouldn't. So when somebody is out hacking on their horse, they should never jump a stone wall, they should never jump a fence.
No, I don't think we should.
Well, that's fine. I can't argue with that. But if you're suggesting that horses should never be allowed to jump, then I'm sorry, you're denying the horse one of its abilities and one of the things it actually enjoys in some cases.
I don't think it does enjoy.
Well, fine.
If it gets through it may enjoy it, but when it goes and gets killed, it's not
But Wendy,
enjoying it.
indeed it can't enjoy getting killed. Indeed it can't not enjoy getting killed. Once you're dead, you're dead. You neither enjoy nor not enjoy. But we all, individuals, animals as well, enjoy a challenge. And I suggest to you that quite a lot of horses enjoy that challenge.
Yes, but like you say, when a rock climber does it, he's aware of the danger and he's willing to go forward and do
He
that.
has the intellect to calculate the danger, but horses sometimes, without man being anywhere near them, jump over fences that they can't see the other side of, merely because, like human beings, they're inquisitive and they're prepared to take the risk of what might be on the other side.
Yeah, but the horses don't know that risk.
Well, I'm saying, no, they don't. They don't, they don't, by our definition, know that risk, but that doesn't mean that they are not prepared to take it.
Well,
You cannot, I don't care who you are, no matter how good a rider you are, and no matter how strong you are, and no matter how ready to use the whip you are, you cannot make a horse jump over a fence. If it doesn't want to go and you're sat on its back, then it'll put you on the floor.
Most of the time, these horses are willing, like, they find it lots
Well, of course they
exciting,
are.
don't
Of course they do. You're telling me they can't feel excitement. You're telling me they don't have that much intellect.
Yeah, no,
It seems you're now arguing against yourself, Wendy.
I am not arguing against myself.
Well, you seem to be. A few moments ago you said they can't possibly enjoy it. Now you're saying that some of them can.
Oh, I'm sorry, I think they can possibly enjoy it.
Well, I don't know why you said they couldn't then.
They're doing that when they fall over.
Well, if they don't know the danger, how can they enjoy the risk? They can only enjoy the risk if they are aware of it.
I didn't say they enjoyed the risk.
You said the excitement. What can be exciting about jumping over something that has no risk involved?
It does have
When you
risk involved.
when you climb all over the curb, when you really work very, very hard in your life and you climb up the curb, you don't feel a sense of achievement having managed it because you know there's no risk involved.
Well, we're human beings. If we do that, that's okay. We're prepared to take the
It
risk.
seems you're not even
Horses are
listening,
not
Wendy.
prepared.
It seems, Wendy, you're not even listening. What I said was the curb. If you are suggesting human beings sit around contemplating whether to climb the curb or not, then you must be a prat. How do, Tish?
Trish, hiya.
Yes, I am.
What?
You said hiya. I said yes, I am.
Oh, right. Well, I was reading a newspaper the other day, one of the national ones, about a ring. Now, it says about something that Jonty had the ring. Well, in fact, he didn't. It was Nigel, you see. Now, I don't know what there was a page and a half of it.
Well, I have absolutely no knowledge what you are talking about.
It was in the Daily Express.
But what ring is this and Jonty and Nigel? Who the hell are Jonty and
Well,
Nigel?
I don't know. There was just
Neither
this
do
paragraph.
I. Well, I don't understand it. It would seem that you don't, so we cannot progress. How do, Ivan?
Alan,
Yes?
I'd like to know what you think about
Well,
that.
you can't know. You'll have to give us your opinion. Goodbye. Hello, Mick.
How do I? Last
Ring me back when you know. We'll talk to Ian after the break.
I'd just like to talk about Thai boxing.
Go on.
I've been going now for a year, and I've been getting a lot of jiff off my mates saying it's too dangerous. There's kicks and elbows to the head, and I'd just like to know what you think about it.
I agree with your mates. It's dangerous and stupid. I'll do to another Ian.
Well, I would like to talk about Sunday trading.
Go on.
Well, I think that it's a good thing. I think that shopkeepers should have the choice to open on a Sunday or not.
But
I think say that.
yes, if shopkeepers have the choice, fine. But what about the shopkeepers' staff?
Well, if there was a little shop, there wouldn't. The staff.
Well, if we make it a law that they can open on a Sunday, we make it the law for everybody. So what about the guy who's got a small shop and employs, say, 3 people? They won't get a choice. They'll be told work or shove off.
Well, they could ask for the bonus.
Well, they could ask for a bonus, but they might not get it. Anyway, thanks for your opinion. It is now time for the news, or at least it will be in 3.5 seconds' time. If you want to join us on the phone in, the number's Preston 561,000.
The 11 o'clock news, this is Steve Allen.
Get 2 votes each.
Ring him if you dare.
Allan Beswick, the late night show.
The number, of course, is Preston 561,000.
Breakfast Radio.
How do, Lenny?
Up the wooden spout, along the torrent fen, I wouldn't go a-wandering for fear of little men. I'd take my little hatchet and my army knife, of course, in case I met a
I'm
little
sorry,
man.
Lenny.
Ma'am.
Lenny, if I remember correctly, that was written by Spike Milligan, and you've stolen it. Hello, Hamilton.
Hello, I'd like to talk about an old programme that used to be on. I don't know if you can remember it, but it was called Billy Bean and His Funny Machine. Do you remember it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yes, and it starred, would you believe, Charlie Drake. That was where he got his break. And I think the other one was Jack Douglas, the fella that goes, hey, hey, hey!
Yeah, well, I've got a problem. I'm in a competition. I want to know the 2 names of the people who co-produced it.
produced it, I don't know, but they were the people that starred in it, so perhaps it was them.
Wasn't it somebody like Joel Dodd or...
I don't know, I just said.
Oh.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
I'll do Val.
Hello, Mr Beswick, sir. You sound taken aback.
How can I sound taken aback? I've not said out.
No, you sounded very, very surprised.
What at?
I don't know, but I am publicly apologising to you.
Oh, don't be silly, it's not necessary.
Well, I am anyway.
You're that Val, are you?
I'm not Val yet.
Never mind. There are people listening to this programme who haven't a clue what we're talking about, but never mind. Thank you for that, Val. You don't need to, but you have, so ta.
Okay.
All right, love. Ta-ra. Val in Stockport. Hello, Joey.
All right, oh no, Joey, no. Oh,
Perhaps you should have a word with Val. She's a psychiatric nurse. Hello, Phil.
I suppose them of you.
I don't know why anybody listens to it. It sounds crap to me. How do, Martin?
Hi, Alan. What do you call a scouser in a suit? The defendant.
Yes, it's years old.
The defendant. Hello to
Yes, I said it was years old. Your hello never got in. Hello, Ashley.
Hello, Alan. I phoned you a couple of weeks back about coming for a meal at a restaurant in Ulverston when you visited.
Indeed. And you wrote me a letter as well.
I did. And we haven't heard anything further off you.
Well, the answer is you won't do until I've sorted out my life. I don't yet know for sure what time I'll be in Ulverston, but thank you for your offer.
So you're definitely coming to Ulverston?
I'm coming to Ulverston, yes. It was finally confirmed today. If you hang on a second, I'll tell you what date I'll be there.
Okay.
No, I won't. True to form, I've not got it here. I think it's the 24th of May, and tickets will be on sale, if I remember correctly, at Ulverston Coronation Hall on the 12th of April, so I suppose in about a week's time, just over a week.
Absolutely great.
All right.
So you'll let us know, will you?
I'll let you know if I'm coming for a scran, but I'm certainly coming to Ulverston.
Okay,
Thank you for your offer.
Right,
Ta-ra. How do, John?
Hello, Alan. Why did Ronald Reagan get cancer?
Why not?
He bloody well deserved it. Good, that, isn't it?
I can't argue with it.
Another thing, Alan.
Go on.
A few months ago, right?
Go on.
When you used to sing Radio Latin, the song from Radio Africa, me, song, yeah?
Yes.
You said, hello there, a racist comment. I think
Not a racist comment.
Pardon?
Not a racist comment.
Well, it's stereotyping blacks, don't you think?
Who says blacks are the only people that say hello there?
Well, the way you said it made it sound like a typical
Sorry?
African-style saying.
Well, what's wrong with that? It's not racist, is it?
Oh.
If I'd have put on a Scouse accent, did I put on a Welsh accent? It's not offensively racist, although, yes, it's racist.
Well, basically, I think it's a case for cheesy, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm sure you do. How do to somebody called Mike, I think. How do, Mike?
Hello, last night I was on and you said...
Yes, I'm sure I did. Hello, Robin.
My name's Robin.
Well, you'll know who we've said goodbye to now, won't we, really? We join line 2, where resides someone whose name we can't forget, and no doubt we'll find out in a moment. We'll talk to line 3 instead, whose name is... He said, hopefully. Oh, well, in that case, we'll take a break. Are you going to find out who is on line 2, Alice? Alice has just collapsed in a heap of laughing, and why not? Oh, it's Dwayne Eddy. I thought he'd died. It seems not. Hello, Tim.
Alan, I like rabbits.
Thank you very much. Don't blame me for liking rabbits. They're very nice, particularly in a pie. How do, Gina?
Hello, Alan. I'd like to talk about child molesters, please.
Go on.
Well, I think something's got to be done now, and I think they've got to have more stiffer penalties for them. When mothers are driving it into the children now, you know, not to talk to strangers, not to go with strangers. I mean, you can't even let them grow up into a normal environment, to let them go to the shop to get a loaf and learn the value of money and shopping.
Well, Gina, let us not overreact. First of all, you've got two conversations there, or 2 points of view as far as I can see. One is that we must roll our children into cotton wool and protect them to the nth degree. And the other one is that those who perpetrate crimes against children should receive stiffer sentences. Now let us deal with the latter one first, and that is the one where you say children we can't let them go to the shop and learn how to handle money and the like. I disagree with you there, although I do accept that it's very difficult for a parent to release some of the controls they have over their child, and it is a risk. There is no doubt about it. It has always been a risk, but that risk is now greater than it ever was before. Having said that, the risk is still very, very, very tiny indeed. It is minuscule, that risk. The risk of getting run over by a motor vehicle is considerably greater, but even then is not actually beyond the realms of sense. So that's point one. The other point is I'm much more in agreement with you. Child molesters do need to receive stiffer sentences. Indeed, I suggest that an awful lot of criminals in our society require stiffer sentences. I think the sentencing policy of Britain is too lenient.
It is, it's far too lenient. And when men are taking the rights away of children, innocent children, I think, you know, our government, well, there must be a thick bunch of idiots just to sit there and let it go on and go on.
Well, first of all, let us be fair. The government has recently issued a sentencing policy, or the government's officers have recently issued a sentencing policy that should increase the sentences for most people in crimes of violence, which of course includes child molesters. And so the government aren't sitting back idly. Whether they've gone far enough remains to be seen, but I think they're probably right in increasing the sentences meted out piecemeal rather than making them draconian immediately.
I mean, our children today, Alan, are being frightened even to go out. I mean, they're fetching a film out now for schools, a short film, saying that now it's not only strangers, it could be someone they know at school. Children that have seen hanging around
the problem there is, Gina, that the publicity we've given in the past has been don't talk to strangers. But of course what we've got to do now, we've got to reassess the word stranger. And when we say stranger, what do we mean? Do we mean someone that we've never seen before? Or do we mean someone that isn't a close friend of the family? And that's the difficulty. And that's going to be still harder. I do agree. But I don't think there is any cause for panic. Certainly in parts of London and other inner city areas, there may well be cause for more concern than for me, who lives in a rural district, or for someone that lives in Preston and Blackburn and towns of that ilk. But certainly there's no cause yet for panic, and we don't want to start taking away all our children's freedom of movement. Otherwise we will turn ourselves into a society not dissimilar to that of New York, where we all lock our doors and forget the world exists.
But that's what it's coming to, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
It is, Alan.
We're millions of miles away from that.
Mothers are now arranging their work so that they are there at school, to take them to school, to fetch them home from school. I never let my girls go out now.
But Gina, what I'm
saying... 10-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I am frightened to death to let my 10-year-old grow up into a natural environment.
I'm sure your fears are perfectly understandable. Indeed, I know your fears are perfectly understandable. Just look at the statistics. The statistics say, there's no way round it, the statistics say that literally millions of children do not get molested every day. And that figure you must look at.
You quote that to the parents that have. You quote that to the mother that sat at home waiting to hear from her 10-year-old daughter, Alan.
Indeed, I am not suggesting that we should be complacent. What I'm trying to do is to say, look, the time has not come when we must escort our children everywhere. We have still, and it's horrendous, but we have still got to take some risks, if those risks are small enough to be sensibly taken. And I maintain that even with the statistics as they are on the increase, even with that increase, it is still not a lawless society. It is still the case that millions of children do not get molested every single day.
Yes. Well, let's hope and and pray that no more do.
Well,
All I can
we can
hope
hope and we can pray. I obviously won't pray. I'll certainly
Yes, I know.
I'll certainly join you in hope, Gina, and I will say that despite those hopes and those prayers, it will still happen.
Well, thanks a lot.
Okay?
Thanks very much,
Cheers.
Alan.
Bye-bye, love.
Bye.
How do, Gina? Jim, sorry, I was just talking to Gina. How do, Jim?
Hello, I'd like to talk about how I think President Gaddafi is, in his provocation of the Americans, is going to lead to a World War III.
No, let's just hear your theory.
Well, I think that he's leading Reagan and quite made down to him in provoking him. And Reagan is the sort of person that won't take it. So he's going to respond. And soon it'll get quite serious, his response.
Would have been an interesting conversation, this, Jim, during the hostilities, but now that those hostilities have abated,
yes,
it seems a silly thing to say.
Only for a short while.
Well, would you like to substantiate that? What evidence have you got that the Sixth Fleet or some other American
Well, I have
fleet...
connections to the Libyan Secret Service.
You have connections with them?
Yeah.
And you're a gobhead. How do, Lee? Goodbye, Lee. How do, Anthony?
Okay, so do cocaine a bit. I can handle it. Alan, you're gay.
I'm what? I'm what?
You're gay and you've got a little maggot wedge, and I'm riding your wife at the moment. What do you say to that, eh?
My wife isn't a bicycle. How do, Anthony? How do, Tish?
I think Jonty did have the ring, actually.
I'm sure you did. If he gives me a ring, the number's Preston 561,000. Hello, Dennis.
Hello, did you get me Mars bar?
Your Mars bar? It was very difficult to tell. They arrive in their droves. Which one was yours? The one in the Mars bar wrapper?
No, it's a giant one.
Oh, I see. The answer is probably not, then. How do, Simon?
Hello, Alan, you're overgrown young.
Yes, how do, Ian?
My name's Alan. I've got a problem here. I'm on an YTS scheme, and I was off for a couple of days the week before last, and they didn't pay me.
Why should they pay you if you're not there?
What?
Why should they pay you if you're not there?
No, but they didn't pay me for the full week. I was only off 2 days.
Tell them you weren't paying for the days you were there. Hello, Tim. Seems Tim has nothing to say. Hello, Wendy.
Hello, could you tell me if you got a tip for the Grand National?
I haven't got a tip for the Grand National other than keep your money in your pocket, because why make the bookies fat?
Do you want a tip?
No, I don't want one. It would be a waste of breath. I don't put money on the Grand National or any other collection of horses running round in a circle. Thank you for joining us. How do, Peter? Goodbye to Peter. How do to line 8?
Hello?
Hello, Alan.
Hi.
Yeah.
The damned.
Are they indeed? How do, Joe?
Joan.
Oh, sorry. How do, Joan?
Hello, Alan. I'm awfully sorry. I thought you had a switchboard. You know, I wanted to leave an address. I'm disabled. I listen to you every night. I can't write. I wanted a photograph. I wondered if that was possible.
The answer is if you can get someone to drop us a line, it would be easier, because we don't have anyone that can take your address, unfortunately, not here. If you ring in... It's all right, don't worry. If you ring in on our normal line... That's the administration line. I won't give you the number, otherwise we'll get inundated with calls now. But if you ring in on our normal office line tomorrow between 9 and 5 and explain to them, I feel sure that someone will organise it for you.
Oh,
okay. We can't take your address now because you'd have to give it to me.
Okay,
and then everyone would have it, and that wouldn't be a good idea, would it?
Thanks ever so much.
Cheers, Joe.
I'll tell you what, I miss your weekends.
Well, I'm not coming.
No.
Ta-ra, love. How do, John?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, Alan. You know this Red Rose car sticker things that they're giving away £10 for?
I know, they must be mad.
Yeah, well, I live on the world, you see, and there'll be no spotters here, so is it alright if I send in for my tenner now?
Well, first of all, John, I think the best idea is to shove a sticker on your car, of course, and come and drive round Lancashire.
Can it alright if I drive around the church that you're in?
Well, it's very unlikely that our spotters will be at Red Rose Radio itself. We'll be all over the place. You see,
if I paint all Red Rose all over my car and that and drive round,
they'll probably just think you're me. I've got Red Rose written all over my car.
Oh, I haven't got to see air around.
Oh, well, you're all right then. All I can suggest is that you get your sticker, stick it on your car window, and come and drive round Lancashire like a Lutonic.
I've got 6 stickers.
You've got 6?
Yeah, because every time I send off for things, they always send them, you see.
Yes, we can't get rid of them, you see. That's not true. We never have enough, actually.
Whoever owns Red Rose must be a right must giving tenner away for every person.
No, it isn't for every person. It's not quite like that.
Oh, well, every time you see it, they see a car sticker.
No, that's not quite right either. We're just going to pick a couple of cars a day. Or I don't know how many, but some cars a day. It won't be everyone, I assure you.
Oh, they're going to lose loads of money.
Oh, indeed. There's quite a lot of money set aside for it. I don't know how much. They don't tell me things about money, but
They wouldn't, would they?
No, well, no. If they tell me they're giving money away, I say things like, "Why don't you give it to me? You're always telling me you haven't got enough." Such is life. All right, John.
Alan, do you play Trivial Pursuit?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, you're missing a treat. You've got to, you pick up all
David
the
Legg was asking me some of the questions out of Trivial Pursuits the other day, and I don't think I would be all that good at it.
Oh, you pick up all these little bits of information, little useless bits of information.
Yes, it's based on that, is it? On this useless bits of information. That's Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I'll maybe have a game.
Okay.
I've got a new house shortly. I'll move into my new house, and we'll be able to have a games room. So maybe we'll play that.
Party. Have one there.
Trivial Pursuit as a housewarming party. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's great, laugh.
Anyway, ta-ra, John.
See you, Alan.
How do, Paul?
Hello, Alan.
Yeah?
Do you remember Baz Riley?
Of course I remember Baz.
Whatever happened to Baz?
Nothing happened to him. He went, first of all, down to a new radio station in the south of England, and I've forgotten the name of Radio Invicta, which is based in Canterbury, and he is now in Germany working full-time for British Forces Broadcasting, which is what he always wanted to do. So,
why did he want to do that?
well, he'd done it before. When he was in the RAF in Cyprus, he'd worked for BFBS on a freelance basis, and when his time with the RAF ended, there were no jobs. It's a funny industry, this, and jobs come up in droves, as it were, and then there's none for years. And there were no vacancies for a full-time post at BFBS, and he couldn't afford, not many people would be able to afford, to just live on the occasional work he would have got from BFBS. So he came home and got a job with us and used his talents with us and helped us develop the radio station early on, and then went down to Invicta and was quite successful there and helped Invicta get onto the airwaves, as it were, because that was a new station. And then an opportunity came at BFBS, and he grabbed it as one does with both hands, and he's now in Cologne, if I remember correctly.
That's absolutely right, because
I know.
I've lived in Germany for the past 9 months.
Have you? You've heard him in Cologne?
Well, near there. And still as daft as you are.
He's not as daft as me. He was dafter than me in that piggy and pantomime we did together. God bless us, he's a clown. Right. Mind you, he was the jester. I suppose he's meant to be a clown. All right, Steve.
Okay.
Ta-ra. How do... Ooh, that was Paul. This is Steve. Hello, Stephen. No, it's Elliot. How do, Elliot? I surrender. Hello, Stephen.
Steve?
Yes, we've got you at last.
Right then, this is me. I like to call the Japanese imports.
What would you like to call them?
Well, I think it's ruining the economy of this country.
Why is it ruining the economy of this country?
Well, let's just face it, MG have gone bust through the likes of Datsun, Toyota.
So?
So, well, let's say, since MG have come in, the likes of Nissan introduced the 260Z, and that killed us all. So why not put a good heavy, how can I say, a taxation on imports? What
are you suggesting? That the British people should not have the right to choose?
Not the right to choose.
If the British car manufacturers, and indeed the American, French and German car manufacturers, cannot make cars as good as the Japanese for the price, then tough. They'll just have to die in the marketplace. What we need is a workforce that's prepared to work, and and managers that are prepared to manage, and investors that are prepared to invest the way the Japanese do. You don't say to somebody, look, we're not buying your products because they're too damn good. You say, how can we get our products better than theirs? That's what they did to us.
This year we exported only about 30 minis.
So?
And they export...
Well, it must be because people don't want to buy minis.
No, it's because they're so heavily taxed, aren't they?
No, it isn't.
Abroad.
No, it isn't.
It is.
All right, it is then. Fine, if that's what you think, fine. Why can't we sell them in France? Why can't we sell them in Germany? Why can't we sell them in Spain? Why can't we sell them in Greece? Why can't we sell them in Italy? How many towns do you want me to mention? There are no import restrictions for British goods into the European Economic Community, so don't talk bullshit. How do, Elliot? Goodbye, Elliot. Hello, Stuart.
Hello, Alan. I'd like to talk about the murderers today.
Oh, there's nobody stopping you, is there, really?
No, well, do you remember hanging was taken out about 1972? I think for the very serious murderers who were found guilty.
Would you like to tell me what is an unserious murder?
Well, Well,
A trivial murder.
self-defence.
Murder in self-defence isn't murder, it's self-defence. It's actually at most manslaughter, more likely taking a life legally, if it's self-defence.
Yeah.
So it's not murder. If it's murder, there's no such thing as a trivial murder. If it's a murder, it's a serious matter.
Mm-hmm.
So what murderers do you want hung and what ones do you want left alive? Or hanged is the right term.
Well, murder...
Ring me back when you know what you're talking about, Stuart, which will be in about 48 years. Hello, Barry.
Oh, how are you doing?
It's none of your business. What do you want?
I'd like to know, Alan, what do you sell?
I don't answer questions, so if you've got something to say, say it. If you haven't, get off.
Viewers, what does your listeners think? Should they fetch hanging back for murders or not?
Well, why do you want to know that? What is your opinion?
Well, I think they should.
Fine, we've got your opinion. Simple enough, wasn't it?
Because,
It was simple, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. How do Eric?
Hello, Alan. Hello?
Yes?
I just like to say 3 bags of chips.
How do Dave?
Oh, good evening, Alan.
Evening.
I'd like to talk about euthanasia.
Go on.
Personally, I believe that Susie and the Banshees and the Damned also are quite good, and I don't know why you don't like them.
Because they're crap. It's time for us to join John Paul, but that'll be... No, it's not. It'll be... Oh, I can't remember now. We'll talk to someone after the break. Yeah?
When you came to say...
How old are you?
18.
Liar.
I'm not a liar.
Yes.
Anyway...
Very squeaky voice for someone of 18.
Look, my voice is beginning to break, Alan.
Break? It's
Yeah.
destroyed, man.
Oh, anyway, Alan, when you went to St Anne's College for Girls' Fate, you said to my mum that when you're up North Shore, if you can't get home, you'd come to our hotel and sleep there. Well, I think I'd better let you know that if you come to St Anne's...
How do Albert? Whoops, how do Albert?
Hello? I'm on one of these YTS schemes, Alan, as a lollipop man.
Hiya, big ad.
And I'd like to give some advice. I've been unemployed since I left school, and there is hope, you know.
Well, we're glad to hear it. How do Yvonne? Hello, Yvonne.
Hello.
Bye, Yvonne. How do Joanne?
Hello? Alan?
Yes?
Right, you know, when you first started out on this show,
Yes?
did you say it started out the phone in at 10:30?
Yes, when we first started, we used to take calls at about 10:30. Now we leave it till about 10:45.
Oh, I just wondered, you see.
Well, that's so, yes.
Right,
But the problem is, you see, we get so many letters now that we've got to deal with that we can't fit them in half an hour. We can't fit them in 3/4 of an hour, if the truth be known, but we've got to get the phone in started sometime. So we started at 11:15-ish.
Oh, thanks a lot.
It's a pleasure. How do... I've forgotten who again, Alice. Patrick!
All busy?
Yes, of course.
Hey? Is that busy?
Yes. Well, at least it was. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Alan.
How do to line 8, wherein resides Lou.
Line 8, my God. Absolutely Lou. Mr Beswick, I just thought I'd let you know that we listen to Red Rose from Macclesfield, yes, Macclesfield, the place that Terry Wogan takes the piss out of, in Cheshire. There are a few of us. Yes, I know, we're a dying breed. But from your advertiser's point of view, especially that bloody awful Bradshaw's advert, we actually ventured into the Preston area without inoculations. So...
I wondered what the epidemic here was. It's obviously something you lot have brought.
Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
It is. You've obviously done the buggers. You've come over here with your fleas and your bugs, and we've all got them now.
But I tell you what, your advertisers are glad to know that likes of us were down here listening to you lot, because we can't get Piccadilly or any other bugger. But we like...
Well, I thought you were listening to us because we were good. I'm somewhat disturbed. It's just because we're the only ones you can hear.
No, but we listen to you. We've got the radio one lot. Don't tell anybody else, but we have got them, but we've got you. And we are talent the same as the likes of you, and we listen to you. And it's exciting. But
Well, I'm underwhelmed.
Well, I'm overwhelmed. It's with a name like Lou and people like Bradshaw's and we buy motor cars off, you'd have to get inoculation.
Have you bought a Bradshaw's motor car?
Absolutely.
Have you?
We've told them that we heard you on Red Rose.
Well, I hope I get a commission.
Who you?
I'll ring the boss tomorrow and say, hey, do I get a commission? He say, aye, we'll wash your windows for now.
Ah, but did you say Macclesfield?
No, I've not spoke to him yet, but I will.
But it's a bit suspect, Macclesfield.
Aye.
But, however, serious point this, Alan, actually. I'm in marketing and in newspapers. And I know that people always think, local radio's suspect, why should I advertise my business on that? But it does
People don't think that. They think, why should I waste it on a newspaper, as far as I'm concerned?
Yeah, well, yes, they do think, why should they waste it on newspaper? But they also think, why should they waste it on local radio?
No, they don't. They advertise once and they think, when can I get on next?
Ah, yes, I know, but you don't have the set. I mean, we can't sort of read you in the traffic jams necessarily. We can't read you on the loo because Allan Beswick's not always there on the bits that we really want to hear of Allan Beswick.
Oh, I see.
I mean, you're not there when the sheep are milling sort of in the ground lowly trying to go to sleep.
Oh, I see.
The real...
Anyway, you were going to make a point, I'm sure.
The point? Well, the point is that there's people in Macclesfield listening to you, and I thought you wanted to know.
Well, as I say, I'm absolutely underwhelmed.
You're underwhelmed?
Underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed?
Hey, smart.
Knockers can't save yourself, the man's underwhelmed. Come
As it is.
Here. Don't tell him.
Try saying good night, Lou.
Absolutely.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
I never understood why Terry Wogan took the mickey out of it until now. Hello, Stephen. Whoops, wrong line. Sorry, Stephen. I'll do it to you again.
Alright, I'd like to talk about nuclear waste.
Yeah.
Well, a little while ago you spoke to a man and he was saying that perhaps in 20 years' time nuclear waste sites may be built on. Now you said that was really quite impossible, but nuclear waste...
I'm sorry, Stephen, the word impossible is one that I rarely use because, of course...
I'm sorry, Mr Beswick.
Don't be sorry. You don't have to be sorry. Just come to terms with the fact that you're wrong yet again. I'll do to line 2, he said poetically. We can speak to Christine.
Hello, Alan.
Yeah?
I've been listening to your programme and you seem to be against animal abuse. All right, there.
You'll have to be more specific with that. Would you like to explain yourself?
But you're against her coursing and things like that, aren't you?
I'm against?
Her coursing.
Yes.
Well, I think it's some leaflets. Have you received them?
Yes.
And a badge?
Yes.
You're going to wear your badge, but last week it comes up.
Well, it's on our badge board at the moment. We have a board at Red Rose Radio full of badges, and it's in amongst there. I won't be wearing it because those badges with pins in go through your jacket and make a mess of your shirt and things, and I only ever wear one badge, and that's a CND badge.
Oh.
But thank you for it nonetheless.
If you read your leaflet, then you might be up a bit on animal abuse.
Well, I've read most of those. I mean, there are 2 or 3 in there that I've not seen before, and I'll certainly read those. But the majority of the ones you sold me, I've actually already read.
Oh, what do you think of them?
Well, they're very good leaflets.
Right, that learning something and you'll be able to answer people's questions.